Hello? It's me, the victor of the race, by default. The king, the greatest to ever do it. And this is Fallout New Vegas. 90%. The old route. Not the infinite dash route. Because, we had a gentleman's agreement to not do infinite dashing because it'll probably crash a lot. A lot. So, it's the old route. But, time starts. I don't know if you're ready. Time starts right now.
Sei sveglio? Non male, eh?
You know, I was just gonna bounce off of his commentary. I don't know what to
Ehi,
say.
facci piano, piano. Vieni da un paio di giorni di incoscienza.
This is my first
Perché non ti
marathon
rilassi
run.
per un secondo? Così ritrovi
But, yeah,
l'equilibrio.
so we play in
Vediamo
Italian.
cos'è il danno
I think it's about 4 seconds faster, only for this entire, like, intro section with Doc Mitchell.
Non posso dire che l'avrai scelto per me, ma sei il tuo
The
nome
rest of the
libero.
run, in
Io
terms of
sono
dialogue, you can
Fabrizio.
skip it,
Benvenuto a Good Springs.
with quick save
Spero
and
che
quick
non ti
loading.
scocci, ma ho dovuto scavare qua e là per la tua testa per tirar fuori tutto
Sadly,
il
we have to sit here and,
Vado
go through the
fiero del tuo
tutorial.
lavoro,
Pretty
Dan,
slow.
ma dovrai dirmi se ho lasciato qualcosa fuori posto.
I'm wearing a gray long sleeve shirt because it's snowing outside.
Come me la sono cavata?
We play as
Non
male
sono
because it
venuto
doesn't
qua per
matter
vivere
whether
con
it's
te,
male or
ma per
female in the
fare
game.
conti.
We used to play as female,
Non
but
ha senso tenerti ancora al
now we
lavoro.
just kill Benny normally.
Vediamo se riesci a stare in piedi.
And so here's the quick save and quick loading. We use that quite a lot in the run. Also, a funny thing about this run is we actually use max out charisma, which is usually a dump stat whenever you're playing the game casually. Like, usually you don't spec into charisma at all. But, this is the only time it's probably that useful. Here the dialogue options don't matter, this is just setting up your character. None of this matters, it's gonna give me survival speech, and I'm gonna have to retag guns. And then I'm gonna pick good-natured, to give me, even more
Ti
speech.
accompagno fuori. Ecco, questa è...
I'm not gonna play on hardcore mode, because this is a speed run, not a challenge run. And now we're done. I'm gonna head on over to Chet, because we're looking for a gun, a specific gun. Hopefully he sells it, because that'd be pretty cool. If he doesn't, that's pretty lame. And he doesn't, which is pretty lame. So I gotta give him one of those. I'm gonna loot from his eyeball. I actually don't really need to equip this stuff, but we used to going the other route. And this is reload dashing. So reload dashing works by having a gun with a 1-to-1 reload animation like this. You can actually cancel it while holding W, and it'll give you just this insane boost of speed and momentum. And then we use quick save and quick loading to break fall damage. And we did this for a majority of the run, which is super cool, because like this game compared to, say, Fallout 3, for example, is really cool. It has a lot different movement tech than Fallout 3, where Fallout 3 has something called Speed Cripple. You have something really interesting like this, which is an entirely skill-based trick set. You have to do a set of specific keystrokes to get it to work. And for some reason, my left menu is staying up. I don't know what that's all about. Or my right menu. So I'm just gonna be making my way to New Vegas. I actually haven't done this route in a long time. It's been a couple years. It is skill-based, Shabo. You're just lacking the skills required, dude. You're a coward. You're scared of speed. And to go to New Vegas, normally you'd have to do a bunch of things, whether it's a quest or getting enough money to get into the strip. We're gonna be taking the hidden back entrance. That was actually almost super good. Which is going through Camp McCarran and taking the monorail there. And just like that, we're in the strip. Pretty quick. And we're going to be doing the Yes Man ending. So we have a couple things to do before that, which involves meeting a bunch of factions. Unlucky launch, by the way. And the first faction I'm going to be meeting is the Ultralux. And we have to talk to a specific guy, so I'm going to be doing stop hops, which is like a form of bunny hopping in a way, to meet that man, Mortimer. So me saying goodbye to him actually counts as talking to the Ultralux, so now I know exactly what I want to do with the Ultralux. And now I'm going to go deal with the man that shot me in the head, Benny. But before I do that, I have to level up. Stop hopping is done by stopping and then hopping, and then you have to flick your camera. Honestly, I'm really bad at explaining things, which is like counterintuitive for a marathon run. But that's how it be sometimes. Hello? Okay. I see that Kung Cobra guy is pretty salty. Trying to use his 30k botnet to keep me down, but he can't. I restarted the mainframe and booted the systems back online. Oh, my reload dash is all messed up. Again? Alright. I actually don't know what's going on. Okay. It's like lagging up on my end. Like the stream. My bad. So I progressed the main quest by quite a bit. So now I have to go take down Mr. House. And it's easy as this. You unlock him, and then you pop him. We still have plenty more factions to meet. The levels don't really matter, you just want to level up speech. Doesn't really matter what quirk you pick.
Hey, tu. Oh,
And me actually talking to this Omerta thug counts as me talking to the Gamora. Is one of the couple factions you gotta meet. And now we're gonna make our way to the Boomers, funnily enough.
hey.
You can also do a reload dash from there if you get stuck in the air.
Resta là, non muoverti.
Inizierò da qui.
Benvenuto, tesoro.
And just like that, I'm done talking to the Boomers. Only have a couple more factions to go. The Brotherhood of Steel and the Red Rock Canyon Great Khans. And this is gonna go pretty well. There you go, it's my chat with the Brotherhood of Steel. You can't leave that room normally, so you have to clip out of bounds. Think about the infinite dash route. I'm not gonna dash my way to Red Rock Canyon. Which is probably one of the more painful dashes to go through because there's such a hilly location. There's a lot of things that can knock you up. But using reload dashing, trying to quick save, quick load before you get launched, and using stop ops should go through pretty easy. So funnily enough, you actually don't have to talk to any of the Great Khans to have the quest marker update. You have to just walk around in this big area. It has a big trigger. Even though it says it on the left side of the screen that I met them, it might have bugged out. If you play New Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. This game's pretty riddled with bugs, unfortunately.
Gli occhi del potente Caesar.
I'm gonna talk to Yes Man, turn in some quests. Luckily it did count that I talked to the Great Khans. Now I have to go upload Yes Man to the mainframe. And I'm pretty close to the end of the run. Hopefully this doesn't soft lock. You know, everything's going wrong, boys. I actually don't know how to fix this. I'm gonna try this. I'm pretty sure at the TCL. I don't want to. Oh, it worked. Alright, this is gonna be loud. So... prepare for that. Loud noise averted. It's all gone. But normally if there's a robot standing there, it counts as a hard lock. So now I'm going to be quick saving, quick loading, and waiting to skip this entire, like, cutscene. Now we have just a couple more things to do, and then we're at the final stretch of the run. We tell him we don't care about what happens to the NCR's resident, so we don't have to do that quest. You can see I failed it there. And now I gotta make my way to the El Dorado substation and put a chip into the computer. I'll say it, Joe, if you can get rid of my underscore. How about that? Tit for tat, dude. My services don't come free. So now we're pretty much done with the run. We have one more last part to go through. And that is the Hoover Dam. So normally you'd actually have to go inside of the Hoover Dam, do a bunch of little quest things depending on what faction you sided with. But we're actually just going to try to launch over the invisible barrier. Like that. It'll be a little slow, so I have to glide on over here, because I'm not doing the dam jump. I got shot in the head as well, in one tap by John Cook, after his mandatory military service. And now we're gonna talk down the man himself, Legate Lanius. And then we have one more final trick in the game, which is quite precise, if I'm honest. Yeah, I figured that was gonna fail. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take this level up now. It's a rough one, I tell you. Okay, there you go.
Caesar è in...
The trigger to actually cause that explosion is very low, so you have to make sure you're at like a specific height whenever you're doing that trick. Pretty rough. And time comes up right now.
E così il corriere che aveva imbrogliato la morte al cimitero fuori
It's a little rough.
Springs aveva
I actually don't know what the
ancora
problem was
una
with the whole
volta,
technical
cambiando per
difficulties.
sempre la zona contaminata del Moave. Il
It doesn't help that the
corriere,
stream that I'm watching on is
scacciò
behind
sia
as
la
well,
legione sia la RNC da Hoover Dam,
so it threw me off a lot more than it probably should have.
da entrambe le fazioni.
Well, that's Fallout New Vegas, for
Con il
better or
signor
worse.
House fuori gioco, i Securitron rimasti sulla strip stentavano a mantenere l'ordine.
I'm also super new to like
Le strade
actually commentating my run,
preda all'anarchia.
or any run for that matter.
Quando si estinsero gli incendi, New Vegas
I'm usually a
rimase
quiet
in piedi,
boy, so
assumendo il suo ruolo di potenza indipendente nel Moave. Senza mai schierarsi né accanto ai migliori della RNC, né con i peggiori elementi della Legione, il Corriere passò alla storia come il
You can also
fondatore di una
actually,
New Vegas veramente indipendente. Aveva spodestato il signor House dalla sua posizione di dominio sulla strip e messo fine all'influenza della RNC e della Legione di Caesar nella zona contaminata del Moave.
And yeah, so the narrator is actually based off Ron Perlman, the actual character. I know a lot of people really haven't seen this, but I feel like, I don't know, every time I watch a run, like a marathon run, you kind of see this thing, so maybe it's a lot more widespread than I know.
Quando la zona contaminata divenne una
Yeah,
terra
that's
senza
that.
legge, i
Congratulations on completing Fallout New Vegas.